Going on, everyone? My name's Boyd. I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action, spawning on the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Ra. His name is Joe. His opponents today in the red color, playing as Zeus. His name is Skady. The map is Savannah, and this was a viewer requested game. If you want to request those games, there are channel points. All you have to do is watch the stream and you will get enough channel points. I know, because people have been sending in these games as we've been going. So tune in on the Twitch if you're on the YouTubes, and say good day. I stream every day except for, actually no, I stream Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at around somewhere between 7 to 8 p.m. at GMT plus 8. Until I go to sleep. So both players with the exact same idea here. They both went to their chickens and then went forward to the middle of the map here and over here. Both getting pretty lucky finding hunt. You can get pretty unlucky on this map. We see the Catastrophe harassing the priest here. So long as the priest empowers when the villagers drop off food, doesn't matter, you can fight back here, and you just want to get a villager over and just kind of do some things. He could, if he really wanted to, he could surround this priest with like a house or a granary or something, which he's kind of doing, and there we go. So you kind of prevent this from happening-ish. Or he loses 2 food there and misses the priest back. This is some serious harass from Skady. Should be able to ult test the priest. That's what we need in patch 4.5. What's next? 4.5.0. We need Alt S on Priest. This is absolute abuse. Joe in the chat. I can't not do it. It was requested. You're gonna have to get your revenge somehow. If you don't like this game. But surely we do something about this absolute bonkers play that Skady's doing. What's this? He's eating. Why is he eating his goat here? He's not. What's the What is this from Skady? Someone explain this build order. He's got some zebra over here. Got random goat chilling over here. What's this build order? Somebody tell me. This is bizarre. I mean, cool. We'll see. It looks like I can't explain it. We'll have to just wait and see. Skady's been innovating, obviously, and he's in the chat with the 11s. And here's the girdle of Hippolyta. Hopefully that one's picked up. It's a pretty strong relic. Does some good things. And looks like Joe's been a little bit unlucky with his scouting. He's looking for more hunt, and there really isn't much for him. He's got these elephant over here, but I don't think he's scouted. That's what Skady's scouted. If we check out Joe's perspective, he knows that there's berries here, and he knows that there's a zebra here. He may come over and hunt this. It is 3 zebras, so it's not bad. There's elephant on the map. This is kind of one of those bizarre savannas, which is sort of low hunt, sort of not low hunt. Joe. Oh my god. Skady paid 10k. So. Oh god. We're watching it. You can't stop it. Tempo going up for Joe. He's got a really bad gold mine. Honestly, like, I can't see this going well for Joe. If Skady just goes Athena, which he's doing, then this gold mine here is pretty bad. It's got nice towers though, so there's no real position for it to be harassed by like an Odysseus. So if he gets his Odysseus in here, there's probably a little sliver of surface area where he can sort of lame the or I guess not lame, but abuse the gold mine, or at least cut off a little bit of it, maybe this much. If he has the Odysseus here outside of range of the towers, but if Joe builds some houses over here around the whole situation, maybe gets a wall, Jason coming in, Joe going through Tar. I'd like to see, especially against Zeus with bad gold mines, but in general, I'd like to see some more use of the box. Put a wall here. And I don't even know, just some more use of the box with shifting sands, because it's the only real use for shifting sands now is stealing army, and against what Skady's doing, it's probably going to be a little bit brutal. Skady getting to the next day. He's looking like he's going for a second town center here. It's absolutely standard. He has scouted Joe's base though, if we check this out. So he knows that this is here. Like an all-in onto this tower right here. I mean, Joe's really good at defending these towers because of these wall segments, but an all-in onto this tower, if he could get in onto it, then obviously he can't because look at all the walls going up here. But if he could get onto this tower, he could take this gold mine away and win the game quite easily with a restoration, but it's a bit difficult to get onto it. So Skady knows the player. He's just going to go straight for the second town center. And Savannah is possibly one of the more difficult maps for Ra to play, especially against the Zeus, because all the gold mines are forward and they're kind of just pop up around your base like this. And it basically means that Ra has to fight Zeus. And there's not really a point in which Ra's army is stronger than Zeus's army. Does that, like, there is a point, but like, it's a little bit difficult to really get it. We are seeing the villagers move forward and try and finish these walls. Odysseus is going to be coming in and sieging away. We do have Skin of the Rhino coming in. I was about to say we don't have it, but Joe, good enough to realize how strong that technology is. It's going to be vital for him to keeping his villagers alive. And at this point, he hasn't lost any, but he hasn't been able to go for a second town center himself. So at this point, he's playing from behind. But he will have, if he goes one town center and goes for like a fast 3 town centers in the classical age, or at least semi-fast 3 town centers in the heroic age, he may be able to get this town center with his army while Skady is chasing to catch up to the 1 town center army production you could potentially get. But because Joe's had to build all these farms so late, he's still not heroic age. So it's going to be late for him anyways. So I'm thinking Joe's going to be battling here. It's going to be a difficult situation for him. But the Wadger dealing some damage. You can trade against the Odysseus quite a bit here. So long as you don't lose the Wadger, you can just heal him back up with the Priest, which is what we're seeing from Joe. I like that play quite a bit from him. And we are seeing that this abuse that we're talking about is happening. And Joe throwing up a mining camp at the back is what he has to do here, because he can't. He didn't set up the walls early enough, I guess, and there's no way to really pick this Odysseus off. Unless he moves forward with all the priests and then puts the wall up. Like if the wall came this way instead of around, straight to the wood line, then that would be pretty good. And now the Odysseus is going to take some tower shots here. Walls going up all over the map. Skady, Military Academy going 1-1-1. Okay, stable as well. Seems interesting, but I get it. And then just walling up the entire map because it's a 1 town center Ra, where really the only way that Skady falls behind here on economy is if the Ra gets any good raids. So if you wall up the entire map, then you can defend against all the raids, all the potential raids that come in. And we do see he's got pretty much all of them set up there. So doesn't really have to have his army too far out. And he knows that he's kind of got, I don't know, a couple of minutes before this gold mine runs out. Maybe 2 minutes, 1 minute before this gold mine runs out before he really needs to consider going for a gold star. We are seeing all the villagers moving up. Minotaur here as well, going to instantly die to the Wadget and the Priest. Pharaoh turning around to pick off the Jason, and this Jason will die very fast, but the army will be moving out. We'll see if the town center can get up. It should be able to, if you can get the Pharaoh onto. Actually, it's going to be close. The Wadger may fall here to the Jason, and will be maybe okay to just... He needs to get this empowered. We'll see if he can do it. He does have a Shifting Sands. He may have to use that one to pull these units away. Pharaoh going onto the poor side. That we do see the Shifting Sands only grabbing 2 of the Toxotes and only killing 1. Like we said, you start getting the boxes going and maybe like getting a bit better of the shift coming in. Odysseus picking up some of those heroes. Not targeting the priest though. It's gonna let this this town center get up. It's not gonna be too close either. It should be totally fine. And this is a nice like I was saying, it's kind of a bad map for Ra, but it's just a nice Savannah because the town center does protect this gold mine with this tower over here. You wall this up. This town center protects this. This wall here with the tower protects this gold mine. Surprised to see Joe not walling this, to be honest, but Joe's got to be happy with the situation he's in now. Now the rock can run around and maybe find a locust. I think it's possibly better for like a later locust on wood. Oh, sorry, not on the wood, on the farms. Unless you have like units in this rock, generally speaking, the locust isn't going to kill anything. It's kind of the way it works now. You kind of need to combine it with something to get some value out of it, as opposed to what it used to be, which was like just a really big ball of locust, which could kill a lot of things. We are going to see, it looks like he's running over here, probably going to chuck a locust here. No? No, village is moving. Fair enough. He is out of hunt, but I guess Joe doesn't really know the extent of this map, right? Yeah, he doesn't know how low hunt this map is. And while there's hunt over here, there's nothing left for Skady. So a locust on his farms here would be pretty devastating, to be honest. Well, not devastating, but just really slow Skady's age jumping down. Because he's going to need even more wood, which slows down his villager production and his army building and all the other stuff. See some nice pickoffs here. I like the raiding onto the reinforcements. And where's the locust? Comes down, forces out a restoration, but I mean that's a big win. Restoration does counter locust, I guess. Gonna be hurting some of the other villagers over here as well, trying to get onto those, but interesting. Trading locust for restoration is pretty good because restoration is a big god power that you're gonna have to deal with, and now Joe doesn't have to do that, but there will be an Apollo coming in, so all the god powers are gone for Joe, apart from his Mythic Age 1. And Skady's gonna hit Mythic Age maybe 15 minutes into the game, 16 minutes into the game. At this rate, he hasn't grabbed his 3rd town center though. Maybe it'll be a bit later, just a tad. Surprised to see Joe not going for this 3rd town center, to be honest. If he goes to the 3rd town center, then he gets like a bit more of that economic lead back, or like kind of squashes the lead that Skady got by getting the early town center himself. And this is a really nice raid here, but he's got to be super careful. He does have chariot archers, so he can run away from this Zeus army, no problems here. If he was on top of this, he could have possibly picked off some more villagers with the Petsuchos or Petsukos. But not happening just yet. And now he's going to run into a bit of trouble. This is like one of the dangers of raiding inside the base of a Greek player. You can get these nice rounds. But what you can do is you see these chariot archers, they've got 5.5 speed. So you want to run by the Toxotes if you can, because you can see so long as the infantry or whatever aren't or cavalry aren't attacking the chariot archers or the cavalry, they don't slow down and you can just run away from them. So nice play so far by Joe to get out of there, but kind of wish that he was watching there and could have just ran straight by those Toxotes. It's a little bit difficult though, because he is doing a bunch of other things at the same time, grabbing his 3rd town center. So he will be able to catch up. Actually, no, Skady's getting his own one. So Skady's still going to be about, I don't know, I want to say 10 villages in front of Joe at this point, even with those raids. So looking good for him. We do see Apollo's incoming as well. How many farms does he have as well? Oh, he's got so many. This is such a huge boom for him. Just a ridiculous amount of farm. 29 farms. So he's just going to go... This is looking like Scardy's just going to race Mythic Age. Go for an Apollo attack, like Underworld attack on this back town center here. Or on this town. Probably not this town center. Maybe this town center. I don't know. Force the attack over on this town center. Underworld over to here. You know the drill. Get the Colossus out. Kill this town center. Get 4 town center victory. Or not victory, but... advantage, 4 town center advantage. And go from there. Nice little micro there from Skady, pulling the chariot archers back in, but you can't just run away. This is an Athena Zeus, so you can't get spirited charge, can't chase these this army away at all. So the Ra is always going to have the speed advantage here. Now Joe moving forward, going to secure this gold mine. I like that. He's going to be met by this army though, it's looking like. There's the Apollo. Let's check out Skady's resources. He's getting close. No instant fortified town centers. So it's looking like just an instant market and then go straight to have straight through Phaistos here. He could possibly buy and still get to the... Yeah, he could probably buy fortified town centers now and still get to the Mythic Age. Just sell wood, but it's a little bit less efficient. And now the army moving in here. Forcing Joe to come over to this location and Phaistos coming through. Skady a little bit out of position here. As he's moving forward. Oh, that Manticore. Such a disgusting unit. What's it do? It's like special AoE damage bonus. Special attack. 6 projectiles. AoE damage. Insanity. So you got to be careful about that one. Spread your units out. You can do like spread formation and things like that, but it doesn't really work unless they're moving, I guess. Nice micro from Joe pulling those chariots back. Skady's getting a little bit out of position here, and Joe's really falling behind. He hasn't actually got too many upgrades out. Need to see him getting those big ones like a shaft mine out. It's pretty critical in for Egypt to do so. Thank you so much for the host, Odin King. Hope you all enjoyed the games. Skady getting out of there. He has overstayed here a little bit. As you go into the Mythic Age, you just spend a lot of resources. And while he does have the economic advantage, hence why you could get to the Mythic Age, Joe's going through Osiris as well. So it's a nice timing from him. Looks like Joe's actually not that far behind on the tech, but it's just economy, I guess. There's not much he could have done in the early game. And now we see Skady with a really nice corner control. Joe's market could come here as well, though. Market here over to here. It's not quite as good as Skady's, but shouldn't be too bad. Pretty sure pretty sure Skady still has Bolt as well. No, he doesn't have Bolt. I tell a lie. I don't know what he used it on. Now the Son of Sage will be able to pick off the Petropolis. Doing all of that shenanigans. Takes him a while. He does 60 hack damage. But it does take him a while. Pretty sure that's DPS. He attacks really slow, right? 2.16 or something. So every single time he attacks is like double that. No, it's per shot? Okay. Some of these are different. Sometimes it's damage per second, sometimes it's not. And you get confused every single time. Like Petsukos, right, is damage per second, but it seems like it's not. I don't know. Yeah, Petsukos and Son of Osiris, there you go. So now Joe's got to be really careful about this side of the map, because this is where the Apollo is going to come, or the Underworld's going to come. And there's not a whole lot he can do to defend against it at this point, but he has caught up on the economy here. Throwing down markets and the like, just a big boom. But Skady just has the map control, so Joe actually has to invest in some siege towers and some to clear out these walls and then reclaim the land for himself a little bit. And as this game, Joe's grabbing Secrets of the Titans. I kind of like the semi-fast Titan here. It means that it kind of means that it forces Skady to think a little bit more about where he's going to Underworld, because maybe he wants to Underworld the Titan Gate. Something like that. Nice marker from Joe pulling the Toxotes in here. With 18 range, you really outrange the Toxotes, so it's really hard for Greek to pick off this Son of Osiris. But Zeus does have Bellerophon, which can be a bit of a Son of Osiris killer. And we do see so many Petropolis here as the mercenary cavalry coming out. I guess if Skady can pick off this Migdol stronghold here, it's going to be pretty devastating. And Skady's also got an Anvil of Hephaestus out now, so he's going to be getting those armory upgrades really fast. Whereas Joe's just invested like, what is it, 2,200? No? Yes? Yes? No. 1,800? No. 2,200. 2,400. 2,400 resources into Secret of the Titans, right? Which is basically bronze upgrades for his units, whereas his opponent is like spending next to nothing on those units. You see the Bellerophon attracting a lot of archer fire there. It's just something you gotta be super careful about, because he does have, what is it, 6.0 speed? Absolutely insane. Now the Petropolis picking off this gold mine. Titan Gate is up. And we'll see what he can do. Doesn't really have much of an answer. Bellerophon coming in. There is a mummy already over here, but this is looking like it's just going to be Underworld over here. Send the Petropolis in. Pick off the Titan Gate. The mummy is here, but what's it going to do? It's going to die instantly. Unlucky there. There are the Petropolis, the army coming in. The archers, the champion chariots coming over to defend. This Titan Gate has got quite a bit of HP so far. Villagers getting pulled off the line. And I guess this is kind of the best option that Joe could have had for this Underworld, because it's as close to his army as it possibly could have been. The Petropolis still sitting here. It's got 11 HP. Son of Osiris coming over. Bellerophon needs to be taken out, but most importantly, that Petropolis needs to be taken out. And I think that Joe's going to be able to hold this one while still getting the Titan up. But I'm assuming that Skady is going to start getting some resources in himself to get his own Titan Gate out as well. And you can see that this looks like the Underworld has been dealt with. And while this is going on, some nice raids onto the front, trying to put up some walls. But Joe also putting up some walls. There's more Petropolis coming in to pick off this this Titan Gate, but the catapult of Joe is already out, and it's looking like this little attack not going to be working for Skady here. So Joe with a little bit of a win there, managing to basically pretty easily defend that Underworld passage, which can be a big power spike or turning point for a Zeus player in this matchup. So nice play there by Joe. Let's see what Skady can do. Wouldn't be surprised. One thing that I kind of think that Zeus players should be doing more of is throwing up a forward temple and getting this upgrade. What's it called? Temple of Healing. It's 20 HP per second, and Bellerophon just costs so many resources, and is one of those units the only way to really kill him is chip damage. You can't really, you can't really burst him down because he can dodge the arrows or whatever. So once he's this low, you can just get that forward temple here, send the Bellerophon back. And by the time he's healed back up, you would have possibly had built him again, but you know what I mean? So a little bit of an idea for those Zeus players out there. Take care of your Bellerophon, you know? Stand by your Bellerophon. And now we've got Son of Osiris moving forward. Town Center under a lot of pain here. Still no sun-dried mud brick for Joe. It's a bit of a difficult technology to get, but he doesn't, because he doesn't have a lot of income right now because he's investing in the Titan Gate. But it's looking like the Titan will come out. No problems here. Let's see if Joe has the shift click down. Yes. So one thing you want to do, I mean Joe's showing us here, one thing you want to do with these villages is if you get any downtime while the Titan's going up, you want to shift click the villages back to resources so that you don't have to do it straight away. And that way you get your villages back as fast as possible and can focus on the Titan coming out right now. So Skady opting for the bold decision to not go for his own Titan here to defend against Joe's Titan. Potentially because he couldn't afford it or what have you, but maybe it's more like he feels like the Zeus army is going to be good enough to pick off this Titan. Oh, Son of Osiris getting a little bit antsy there, right in front of those heavy Toxotes with iron upgrades. It's a difficult one. Really nice micro from Skady getting right onto it. All this chip damage onto the Son of Osiris, it's huge. You see all 4 of the heroes are out. Heavy Myrmidon are out as well. No unique upgrade though, that's a bit surprising. You want to grab this upgrade, Weapons of the Titans. Because it's you're killing a Titan, so you need to get the Weapons of the Titan, right? Such a gigantic amount of hack damage for the heavy Myrmidon, right? 20%, it's insane. And now the Titan is going to get chased down, dodges the jump from the Bellerophon. He is a slick boy as he's walking in. Or yes. There goes the wall. We'll see what he can do. I feel like he should be able to pick off this location here, not too bad. I like that he's trading onto the, or kind of like that he's trading onto these units. He doesn't do a lot of damage. You can pick off a building and deal damage to these. I think this attack here does damage to all the units around him, but it's not that much, I guess. Now the Heliopolis come in. Already lost 1000 HP there. Hasn't really done too much damage with the Titan just yet, but he has relieved all the pressure. Able to get another gold mine and everything else. The market's up, the trade started, so Joe's looking like his economy is not too bad. I like that he's built the market here. The difference between here and here may be a fair amount. As we're seeing the Titan take down this town center here. Yeah, the caravans are only getting 49 gold, so it's a sad time to be sure. And now Colossus Hoplite coming over here to try and take down this town center. We'll see if Joe can pay attention. It can sometimes be a lot to deal with. There's no mummies over here either. And I don't see any mummies on the way, so Joe may be losing. Oh, he's worked it out. Has to make some mercenary to defend against this one. More towers coming up for Skady. But now Skardy's sitting on only 2 town centers. But remember, the Titan costs 20 population. So population is effectively even right now if you don't account for this giant Titan here. Right? Here we go. Village is getting picked off. I like that. One thing you have to do with this Titan that I think has been like developed over time, like the way you deal damage with a Titan is, you come in, you pick off the town center, and then you kill all the farms. Because that's a lot of wood. If we check out Skady's resource right now, only 500 wood. You pick off all of these farms, 21 farms, right? There's 10 farms, that's 750, so it's like 1,500. 1,500 wood just in these farms, so and the Titan picks them off in one hit. So you gotta, and you will see some of the farms dying, but you gotta kind of just do that when you're in here. I mean, just as much damage as you possibly can. We just see the town center coming back up for Skady. Joe not really able to do too much as this Silver Colossus is just absolutely going to town over here. But the Mummy wandering in, gonna pick off one of these. Hopefully goes for the full HP one, as it should. And as Joe builds his town center, he loses another town center. Not going after the farm, so it makes me sad. Makes me so sad. Can pick off the temple. I don't know about going for this town center. It's really far away from everything. Just jump between these two. There are some watchtowers already set up over here. Maybe Joe could start setting up some walls. He's throwing up watchtowers. I like that. You throw up these watchtowers and some walls, get some catapult in here while this is all going on. Could do some real damage. But instead, just deciding to walk over here. We'll be able to claim this Plenty Vault for a little while. You see, maybe claim it? No, not able to. Right next to the town center. The town center's enough. Titan cannot control it by himself. Too weak. And as this is all going on, we're seeing the minions have spotted this. And all of that trade that Skady's got is being cancelled for the time being. So that's a bit of a moment now for Joe to push in and take an advantage. His village is moving to the middle of the map to grab this gold mine. Another Silver Colossus coming in, but the Mummy already over here to pick this one off will instantly die. So that's really big there for Joe. Every single time that Skady sacrifices one of those Colossus, it's a lot of favor. Now the donkey caravan's walking through the middle of the map. That's not ideal at all. And the Titan's still getting chased around, but Skady's still alive at this point. Look at that damage the Heliopolis does though. It's because the Titan's only got 89% crush armor, as opposed to a normal unit, right? Like Heracles or something, which has 99% crush armor. That's a normal unit, has 99% crush armor. So, funnily enough, the Heliopolis actually, or the Siege actually does the most damage to a Titan. There you go. Now, back into the middle town center. I really just want to see him pick off these farms. Just like, if you just attack maybe this one, you're in a good position. We'll see where he goes with this. Now the catapult over here is making a big push with the towers and everything else. For some reason, leaving the town center here and bringing all the army back over. Looks like Skady's going to try and do some ghost buildings. But going to be a bit too slow. Oh, you've got to do ghost buildings with only one unit. Otherwise that happens. Oh, this is really nice by Skady. Going to try and trap the Titan in here. These heroes just do so much damage with the Heliopoli as well, or Heliopolis. And now we got Joe with the engineered catapult. How's his upgrades going? He's starting to get them. He still has only copper weapons. It's really bad. And the military academy takes so long to kill. And you can just replace it instantly, right? Watch this. If he, oh, his villagers ran away. Gotta alt it. And it looks like the Titan will be falling. But that just means that the 20 population comes back, and Joe's going to be sitting on a lot of resources right now. And you're going to see the Titan will fall, population will fall, and it'll basically instantly come back. Or at least it should have, but Joe's not really producing units are everywhere, but that's fine. We'll get back to full pop really fast. Now we do see the Bellerophon coming in. Does he have Chronolations? He has Chronolations. So the way you can pick off a Bellerophon now at this stage of the game is you just target him with the towers. You don't get the extra 150% damage, but with Chronolations, the Bellerophon cannot dodge the arrows. So you just want to be sure to be microing the towers onto him. Does the most damage out of any unit you have. 14.64 with the amount of upgrades he has in the copper, in the weapons category. He needs to get more of those, but pretty good, pretty good. Now we see the mummy coming over here. The mummy raids. I'm pretty sure mummies can... No? Pretty sure mummies can use their special on no, cannot use their special. Thought you could use their special on a camel caravan. It should be able, or on a trade route, trade caravan or something like that. Seeing this Bellerophon getting a little bit of leeway here, running through the army here. More catapult coming in. Joe pretty fixated on this position. Something that can happen quite a bit. We just see the mummy over here not doing anything. Feels bad. You see that we're in a pretty good position. Joe's in a pretty good position here, taking this town center down. We'll see if he can hold here. The army of Skady, it's only, while it is fully upgraded in the armor department, they've only got some medium Hippocon and heavy Toxotes. So even though it's like full armor, they're missing quite a bit of HP as opposed to the chariots that are now almost fully upgraded. He just needs to get iron weapons and he's there. So Joe in a really good position right now. Let's see if he can hold on to it. I'm surprised we haven't seen him just wall off the entire map, or at least the portion of the map that he has. Something that I've seen him do quite a bit, but just forgetting kind of to do that this game. And there is the temple here. Still doesn't have Temple of Healing. It's a big upgrade. I could tell you the amount of gold you save is worth the 150 if you just micro your Bellerophon, which you already do. Well, the town center getting really close to going down here. So many villagers on it. 12 villagers having to repair that town center for the time being. But now the Silver Colossus coming through. We're taking down the Baluster Towers and resetting this position that the Titan was paid for to do that. And remember, Skady still has his own Titan that he can build. Oh, Catapult going to be close to picking this off. Bellerophon sitting at 99%. He needs 2 more attacks though to take it down, maybe even more. I think Masons came through just then, so big little buff onto that. Now the mummy's coming in a little bit late. They're going to be helping out. We see the Pharaoh on this to help out that crummy gold income that he's got. Kind of wish that Joe just built a siege tower to try and push through here. Made some make some mercenary to help make with the push, so he could clear out this corner a little bit and then wall it up. But it is a lot of resources to do that, and the reward is sort of big, but it's sort of small. I don't know. Still, Bellerophon doing quite a bit of damage here. Silver Colossus is just chilling here, waiting to meet his demise by the mummy's special attack. There we go, gonna take him down. Colossus, very, very hard countered by the mummies. But Bellerophon comes in, you gotta run the mummy away. Oh, he's not running, he's not jumping in. Okay, so the catapult goes in. Yeah, you gotta run the mummy away because the Bellerophon special will one-hit the mummy. But if the mummy is walking away from the Bellerophon cannot use his special ability. Or if you run the mummy away as the Bellerophon is in the air, the Bellerophon will miss the mummy. So it's not 100%. If you're on low lag game, you can get some real big micro in to save your units. I just love that there's this relic sitting here, the Titan's treasure, which would have been amazing for Joe, but also is still pretty amazing for Skady right now. And there's Skady's Titan Age. I mean, doesn't need it though, obviously. He's already there. He's really got full. He doesn't have full upgrades. Oh, we missed this. Looks like Joe's sneaking around the side, getting some damage done. Does pick off a market. Random market sitting here. So that's huge as the Titan gate's coming in. Surprised to see no like attempt at a rock drop though. There's already a Bellerophon over here to defend against this, and all the guard towers makes it really hard to come in. What's the route he would have had to take? Like, I don't see it. Come in this way, fly over here, maybe through here. It would be so obvious that the rock was coming that he'd be able to defend against it, I guess. So now Joe has to somehow figure out a way to pick off his own Titan. The unit types you want to use to kill off a Titan is Egyptian is siege towers, priests, pharaoh, son of Osiris, and I guess champion chariots is the other thing, but they don't do a lot. They don't do a lot at all. So this is going to be a difficult one. This is going to be a difficult one for Joe to hold on to, I think. But we'll see what he can do. He does have mercenary as well that he can spam. So as long as he doesn't lose the town center, throws up baluster tower everywhere, should be okay. He should be okay. Looks like Skady hasn't reset his trade yet. Or he's put it over here. That's pretty safe, I guess. Joe's still struggling to take this town center out. It's been on like less than 1,000 HP for the past like 5 minutes or so. Really nice tower spam here from Skady. Just the girl of Apollo just sitting here. Could have helped out, I'm telling you. There we go, Bellerophon getting sniped a little bit here. Like I said, the baluster towers, they do a lot of damage to him. Still no healing. I think it's just not something that has really occurred to people to do. Because it's not that important. Like, it doesn't really matter. The 400 gold doesn't really matter late game, but at this point it doesn't matter. You just build another Bellerophon. But yes. Yeah, I feel like moving forward. Surprised to see no barracks here for Joe as well. I mean, I know he's about to face a Titan, but look at this. Look at this shenanigans here. He needs a mummy to come over. Does he have one coming? No, he's building priests. There's no defense here. He needs to get a mummy up on this location. The priest empowerment's going to help out quite a bit. He's got sun-dried mud brick. He has architect, so it's a lot of damage that they have to come through. And there's the Titan coming out. And this is a really key town center. It's not like Joe can just reset his trade because it doesn't go anywhere, right? Well, he doesn't have architects. He only have masons. I guess that'll help out a bit more once it comes out. And it should come out because the priest empowerment makes it come out faster. We'll see where he goes with the Titan. Random cavalry here. We'd like to see some spearmen just to pick off the Heliopoli because it's such a difficult unit to kill. And we'll see what happens here. The priest are trying to pump out. And the Myrmidon Colossus though. One military academy is all you need. You just can send in these Myrmidon to take down this town center. And Joe crumbling a little bit under the pressure here. Surprised to see him not building any chariot archers over here or any mercenary. I guess he has no gold. Yeah, he could trade he could sell some food. It's about half, or he has done it. That's what he's been doing. Another Titan just runs straight for this town center here, I guess. We'll see what he does with the Titan. Moving on the trade route. This town center is just about to go down, and that's all the gold going for Joe at that point. Oh, but Joe's snuck in onto the gold mine. He wants it, and Skady's like, okay, I'll build some guard towers. No worries. Town center has come back up to full HP, completely defended in this location here. And the Titan is onto this town center, and you can see the big difference between a Zeus player defending against the Titan and a Egyptian player defending against the Titan. If this was the Zeus player with all 4 heroes out, probably would have lost 1,000 HP by now. But Egyptian with their low damage priests, even with the extra, what was it, 800% damage versus myth units, the extra 94% pierce armor really comes in big when defending these priests, which do basically like 2-3 damage in attack. Pretty insane. And also it's Ra, so no funeral rites. Exactly. What is Joe doing while this is going on? He has managed to get his town center back. I think he lost that at some point. Yeah, Joe lost it, but he rebuilt it, so no problem there. Gold Colossus will die eventually to some champion cavalry. I've talked about this in other games, but as the game goes on, human units become better and better at dealing with Titans, or not Titans, myth units, because of all the armor upgrades you get. So these 12.8 damage cavalry here will be able to eventually pick off the Gold Colossus, but by the time he picks off one, there's another one here already. So it's a little bit tough for him. And now the Skady comes in and spams the towers out. He wants to secure this, and Joe is trying to get the town center back. There is no ceasefire here, but as the units will flow in, it's going to be difficult because Joe's going to be sitting at full population here. There is Nimlot. Nimlot's out. Joe going to be losing some farms as well. It's less important to pick off these farms because they only cost 40 gold, but still, 12 farms, 40 gold, 400 resources, probably nothing. Don't worry about farms against Ra, against the Shadoof. It doesn't matter. And there we go, town center goes down. Titan not even halfway dead here. He's going to make his way over to the other town center, which is almost dead in of itself, and that's going to shut down the trade route of Joe. And then Skady's just going to be controlling this town center here with the champion Myrmidon, Heliopolis, and the heroes of Zeus, just too strong for the moment. Another Titan coming in. This town center, doesn't matter how fast you repair it, it's going down. And the villagers have to get away as well. And these priests, another thing that means that Ra can't deal with the Titan is the priests are so slow. Compare the move speed of the priest with the move speed of the Odysseus, or the Jason, or the Bellerophon, which is like 6, right? You can chase him around quite easily. But we will kill him eventually. But at what cost? Town center coming up for Joe now. It's for Skady now, sorry. And Joe's sitting at 0 town centers, trying to get this home town center back. Gonna lose all of this at this point. He has a lot of resources in the bank though, so we'll see if he can defend or not. What's he gonna do? Like, he's got almost has 50 favor, could almost build a wonder. That'd be funny. More temples going up. Skady just filling up the map. There's the one. Okay. Okay. Good meme. And the Titan's just gonna walk over here and just laugh at this attempt. But sure. There's this little button you can click on the wonder which moves every single one of your villagers over to it. You see the villagers attacking the Titan, but they all die really fast. He's asking the Rhino villagers though. They can take a beating. The wonder gonna stay up. Maybe this is all part of the plan here. Such a ploy. Force the Titan in here. This waste of resources. The villagers just going ham. They will just get clapped. Oh no. It's absolute devastation. And that's literally every villager gone. Skady moving in with the villagers to take down the town center here. And Joe taps out. GG, well played. This was actually quite a good game. Obviously a little bit of an ego post by Skady, if you're asking me. But it was a good game. A really nice showing by Joe. I feel like this map, he got lucky with the map with the gold mine here. Forced Skady to do something, but the fast Titan forcing the less than ideal Underworld was really key. Force it early when Skady wasn't quite prepared to do it. Meant that he didn't have the extra space to attack this town center and this town center at the same time. It's kind of the idea with the Underworld attack. You put the Underworld here, you're attacking this, you run back, you Underworld over here, you attack this and kill this because all the army's out of position. There's nothing that the right player can do. So Joe actually played around that really nicely, getting his own Titan out. But then I felt like he just didn't have the economy because of this corner issue. Maybe if he had a market over here and had secured this corner, he would have had more gold to come in and flood this town center with towers like Skady did, right? So I feel like that was kind of the key factor here, was when this town center fell and Joe was killing these town centers over here. Joe just couldn't flood here with towers. He needed like a pharaoh as well to help get him up a bit faster and all that other stuff. But fortunately for Skady, he was able to hold, and Joe does not win this one. Skady gets it. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. We'll move on to another game shortly. What a happy time to be alive.